Okay, welcome to this video clip of how to expand two single brackets and simplify. This is going to be for the Hegarty clip 161, so task 161, which you have been set. And I appreciate that some of you have found this a little bit difficult, so hopefully I'm going to streamline this a little bit so that it makes it a little bit easier for you. Okay, so here we go. Expanding and simplifying, that's what we're being asked to do here. Okay, so if we look at the question, expand and simplify 6 brackets c plus 2, take away 4 brackets c plus 4. Now, before we can expand it, what I'd like to do is pause the video at this point and draw out the sets of boxes like I have done here. Once your page looks exactly like mine with these two sets of boxes, okay, then play the video again, listen, and you can fill in these two grids with me as we go along. Okay, let's get started. So, expand and simplify. Now, to expand means to multiply out brackets. Okay, when it comes to algebra and things like this, expanding means to multiply everything outside the bracket by everything that's inside the bracket. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And we've got 2 of them, and we're going to do one at a time. Now, these 3 different terms, the 6, the c, and the plus 2, they're all separate, and they're going to go in very specific places. Okay, we're going to start with everything outside the bracket. So this 6 is outside the bracket. So that's going to go down here in this space to the left of the 2 boxes that we've drawn. Okay, so anything outside the bracket, that's always going to go to the left. Okay, now the c and the 2, they are separate, so they're going to be made to be separate. We're going to put them in their own places. The c is going to go there above the first box, and the plus 2, really important, we put the plus in there. Okay, that's going to go above the second box. Again, really important. Now, before I think about filling in these 2 boxes, I'm going to do exactly the same as what I've just done here with this set of boxes over here. Okay, so I'm going to look at the outside of the bracket first. I've got a 4. Now, this is where a lot of you will make a mistake, and it's a really common one, because a lot of you will just put 4, but that isn't correct. Okay. The negative beforehand and the 4, they belong together. They are a package deal. They have to stay together wherever they go. So that negative there, that negative symbol, and that 4, they stick together. So the number that goes outside of the 2 boxes to the left here is negative 4. And that's really important, because if that symbol there, that negative, doesn't go here, you will get the next 2 parts to this question wrong. Okay, so really important that we get that bit right. Okay, and as before, the c and the 4, they are separate. So the c and the plus 4, c over the first box, plus 4 over the second. Okay, so now that we've done that, okay, we're now going to fill in those 2 boxes, or those 4 boxes, 2 here and 2 here. Now, these are actually multiplication grids, so we're going to be multiplying. Okay, we're going to be multiplying the 6 by c first. Okay, so 6 times c, well, that's 6c. And then 6 multiplied by 2, well, that's plus 12. Again, really important we put the plus in there, because plus 6 times plus 2 is plus 12. And really important we put the plus in there, and that will become clear as to why in the next step. Okay, before we finish, now we've got to multiply negative 4 by these 2 terms here. So negative 4 times c, well, that's negative 4c, because a negative times a positive, well, that's going to give us a negative outcome. Okay, so 4 times 4, okay, that's 16. Now, it's negative times a positive, so that's going to be a negative outcome as well. Right, now, not quite finished. There's one thing left to do before we've expanded these 2 single brackets. Okay, and that is to write out everything that is inside those boxes. So that's everything that's written in red. Okay, so I'm just going to write that out on one line, so it becomes 6c plus 12 minus 4c minus 16. Okay, that has now been completely expanded. Okay, so we can tick that bit off. We have expanded the two single brackets. Okay, step 2 is asked us to simplify. Okay, now before we go any further, if you have not understood what we've just done there, go back and watch again, okay, and do it step by step. Okay, so simplifying. Now we're going to think back to gathering like terms. That's what simplifying means when it comes to expressions of algebra. Okay, we want to gather the like terms together, so everything that's the same. So in order to do that, okay, I've got to get all these c's together and all the numbers together because they're the same. 6c and negative 4c, they're the same. So to help me do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange this line so that all of my c's are next to each other and all of my numbers are next to each other. And the reason I can do that is because I've got pluses and minuses, and because they're of equal importance, okay, I can write them in any order that I want, so long as, if I'm moving, say, the 16, the negative goes with it, because they're a package deal, remember. If I'm moving the 4c, the negative goes with it, because remember, package deal, they belong together. Alright, so I'm going to rewrite it underneath. When I keep the 6c where it is, I'm going to then put the negative 4c next to it because they've got c's in them. Okay, remember that negative 4's got to move. That negative's got to move with the 4. Plus 12 next. The plus moves with the 12, and then negative 16. Okay. Now that we've done that and we've put these next to each other, it's going to make it really easy to do this next part. So what I've got is 6c minus 4c. Okay, so how many c's am I going to be left with? Well, I've got 6, I'm going to take away 4 of them, I'm going to be left with 2 of them. So I've got 2c. Okay, so that's the first part. And then the second part is my numbers I'm going to gather together. So I've got plus 12 minus 16. So 12 minus 16, okay, which is negative 4, minus 4. Now, that's actually my final answer. That has now been simplified. We've gathered the like terms. So our final answer to this question is 2c minus 4. And we have then simplified the original question.